How y'all, Wyrm here. This is just a very quick video on something I've recently discovered after I started working on it. When it comes to raiding, I'd like to maintain as much focus as I can. As I've gotten older, it's gotten more and more difficult. I get a lot of thoughts jumping in and out of my brain. My full-time job has me constantly thinking about things even after I'm not there. And then the raids just gets repetitive as we go through the same phase over and over. Your mind just starts to wander. It's normal. And for me, it's just steadily getting worse. So I decided to try a few things to try and refocus my efforts into actually focusing on the fight so I can get through it without an issue. Now in the past, the main thing I'd do is turn off the background music in Final Fantasy XIV so I could focus specifically on the fight, listening to the mechanics, and focusing on the chat and Discord. Now I was doing a bit of research on YouTube and I was looking for some relaxing beat per minute music to actually play while I was raiding to see if that would improve my focus. And it just so happened that one of the results that popped up was a metronome. Now a metronome is just one of those devices that ticks back and forth at a certain beat per minute, and you can adjust them however you want. So I turned on a YouTube video that did 50 beats per minute, just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now the result of this was, I wasn't expecting it to work that well. It worked amazing. Like as soon as I turned it on, I noticed it for the first 5 minutes ticking back and forth, back and forth. It was annoying the hell out of me. After 5 minutes, it blended into the background, just like background music. Now, as my raid was progressing, I noticed it was constantly keeping my focus in check. It was keeping me in the there and now. As my raid members were talking about random stuff, they were talking about Trump's election. Even I was participating in this discussion while the fight was going on, something we usually don't do. The metronome was just keeping my focus in the present. Like while this conversation was going on, splitting my focus, the metronome just constantly, it was the constant thing that kept my focus in check and allowed me to do the entire fight with ease without actually losing any focus because of this conversation, which before using the metronome would have caused me to completely zone out and I would have messed up something. Take a listen to this now as we progress. Now you're hearing this for the first time and you're probably thinking, oh my god, that ticking is annoying. And yes, in the first couple of minutes it is pretty irritating. It's like somebody knocking at your door constantly. But after a few minutes it just blends into the background and I was shocked that it was just keeping my focus there and then, while my mind wandered constantly. Like it's normal for me for my thoughts to wander constantly. I'll be thinking about what I'm going to be doing at work tomorrow, maybe what I'm going to eat or watch after raid, maybe I have a few things to do, and these things are constantly jumping in and out of my head as we're doing progression, and it annoys the hell out of me. The fact that the metronome, despite these thoughts still jumping in my head, it didn't stop them jumping in and out, but it allowed me to just maintain present focus on what I was doing. This ticking back and forth, it was so simple, I couldn't believe it. Now this is just a very quick video from me just explaining this because I tried it for an entire day and I'm going to continue trying it, and the fact for that one raid it actually really worked. I just couldn't believe it and I needed to make a video about it. I encourage you to actually give this a try. Turn the background music off, turn this metronome on, let it tick in the background while you're trying to focus on a raid mechanic if you're trying to progress, for example, and see how you get on, and leave a comment below if you've actually done it and let me know how you get on. I'd be actually very interested to see if this actually works for everybody else. I've asked my raid members to actually give it a try at some point, so I'm looking forward to hearing their feedback as well. Thanks guys, have a good one.